What's going on, guys? So you guys have been giving me some feedback for a while that I should have some type of lighting on my boat, and I've done a couple of things here and there trying to get some lighting on my boat. I made these light up cup holders a while back, and I don't know if you've seen the video or not, and they worked great for a while. I think what happened with them is all the thrashing around from the fish in the boat finally kind of knocked them useless. I have to really sit down and mess with them and see what's going on with them. But the biggest problem that I had is this boat is a Walker Bay 10, meaning it's 10 foot long. Actually, I think it's like 9'9" or something like that. So it's very limited on space, and it's very limited on the weight capacity. And the last thing that I want to do is put something heavy in this boat just for a little bit of lighting, or to run a depth finder or something to that effect. So that's been my dilemma. I've already got 2 grown men in there, tackle. I'm putting in heavy fish. I've got a heavy trolling motor on there. So this boat is already pushing its maximum capacity without having a big 6-cell heavy deep cycle battery on there. So the battery has basically been my issue. So I went down to the motorcycle shop, and I thought maybe I could use a motorcycle battery to power this boat. But the guys at the motorcycle shop said that if I was to charge and recharge and drain a motorcycle battery over and over, I'd kill it right away, and it'd be a waste of money. So I left there thinking, well, what could I get? They had suggested a 3-cell deep cycle battery, but that was very expensive. So I left there thinking, what in the world could I use? What could I use that's 12 volt, that you drain the heck out of it, charge it again, and use it all over again, and no big deal. And then it hit me, Powerwheels. They've got a little 12 volt battery, and you just drain it. The kids ride up and down all day long, and it's not heavy. It works great, and you can recharge it. So that's exactly what I did. Is I went out and I bought me. This is the battery that I bought. I went down to Walmart, and it's called a Peg Perego, I believe how you say that. And it's a 12 volt battery, 12 amp hour battery, and it's right here. Super light, and it's all the power I need to run LED lighting. I put a depth finder on this boat just to kind of play with it, because number one, I'm not going to be running my depth finder all day, all night straight. My idea is to find a specific spot, turn on the depth finder, find the depth, see if there's any kind of structure cover underneath there, and then turn it off and fish that spot. So I'm not going to be running this depth finder for any extreme amount of time. So with that being said, let me show you what I've done to this boat. Alright guys, so what I did is I bought this LED strip lighting right here that you can see. And this is it has a 3M adhesive on the back, which I bought it on eBay, and it's 16 feet for about $8. But I do have to say, the problem I had with this light is that the 3M's tape was not very sticky at all, and it was actually peeling off the back. So I did use a heavy-duty waterproof super glue that I found, and it does stick quite well. So my water line is up here anyway, so I'm not really worried about it getting too wet, although if I have any problems, I'll address that later. But it has stuck on there quite well, and I've already taken it out in the water, so no issues so far. This boat, if you can see here, it has this channel, and it has these pieces that are removable. So if you pop this open, it leaves a perfect chase, or a channel that you can run your electrical wiring through. I don't know if they did that intentionally or not, but it worked exactly for what I needed it to. So what I did here is, right in the bow, I started my wires right here. I started my LED lighting, and I went this way and I went that way, and I wrapped all the way around the boat. And in this case, my wiring is in this channel running to about right here. You could probably see that little hole right there, and it goes into the boat right here, but we'll get back to that. So this is my lighting, wraps all the way around to the back end of the boat. And as far as the depth finder is concerned, I put the transducer on, ran this down into the channel, and this also wraps around all the way around the bow of the boat and around into this side. That way I didn't have to cut the wire or do anything like that, or store any wire or any, you know, I used up all that length of wire, pushed it through this hole, and all my electrical comes out through here. Now this boat is upside down, so keep that in mind. I'm gonna take you under the boat and show you what's going on there. So let's crawl into here. There's my monster rod holder, and this is the underneath part of the boat, and of course we're upside down. I'm gonna flip you guys over so you're not watching this upside down. It's gonna make sense to you. Okay, so now you guys are sitting in my boat. What I did is, if you remember, I did these seats, put that big heavy duty foam padding on here, and this made perfect for a chase. So all my wiring comes through here underneath the pad of the seat, and then I drilled my holes and popped out through here. I've got my connections to my battery right here, and I've got my switches right here, inside and outside lighting. Underneath this seat, if you can see, there's another strip of LED lighting on each side of this seat, and there's the depth finder that I got. It's a Humminbird Pirhanamax 4DI. I didn't want anything too expensive or super fancy for this little boat. I just need to know my depth, water temperature, and what's swimming around or what's underneath me. I don't even care what's swimming under there. I just want to know what kind of structure's under there. So I'm gonna set this here. I know it's gonna look like it's magnetic and stuck to the to the seat, but I'm actually filming upside down so you guys can understand, and I'm gonna hook this up. Okay, so now we're connected. I've got my positive and my neutral, and this battery actually comes with a quick connect that connects to your Powerwheels unit, but I just cut that off, and then I just put these connectors on so I can take my battery off and charge as I need to. And these are the switches. I hit that switch, and there's my light on the inside of the boat. And then the other light is on the outside of the boat. You can see the light, but I'll show you better in separate footage how that looks. Pretty simple. Real light battery, switches, and you've got power and you got light. So there's the depth finder, guys. I got it mounted in, and believe it or not, that little battery will power all of this stuff, and I don't intend on running the battery and the charger consistently all night, so it should be just fine. Check that out, guys. And if you look at the outside of the boat, I've got some lighting on the outside now. So it lights up all the way around the boat. All right, guys, so that's a quick tour of the boat and how I wired it, how I set it up. And as far as the life of the battery, I did take it out last weekend. I messed around with it, and I tried to test it with the depthfinder running constantly. I had all lights on and the depthfinder on, and I think it'd run about 30 minutes, and then it would kick the battery off. But then if I turned off the lighting and ran the depthfinder, it was okay, or vice versa. So I think it's just a little bit too much draw with everything going on at once. But like I said, I don't ever intend to use it at that sense or in that way. While I'm driving the boat, I can turn on the outside lights and it runs just fine. I'm baiting up, I turn on the inside lights, and if I want to specifically target an area, I'll turn on the depthfinder and check it out. When I want to charge my battery, I have this battery charger that we had bought for Alex's old Powerwheels that he had, and it does just fine and charges up that battery for me. So just another idea for you guys. If you have a small boat that you want to power with just some simple lighting that's not drawing heavy, doesn't have a heavy draw, little Powerwheels battery, and you're good to go. So as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.